Hello and welcome to my new gaming video. I'm sorry guys, I was away for some time because I was traveling on account of a business trip. And apart from that, when I came back, I took ill. So I was out of action for almost a week. I'm still trying to recover from the severe viral fever, but hey, I've got some very exciting video for you today because I'm going to be comparing Starfield on the Xbox Series S versus my PC. So that is what this video is about. Now, to give you a little bit of information about Starfield, without giving away too many spoilers, is that this is a game which is set in the future, I believe the 24th century, and there's a conflict between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective. And you play as this character, a customizable character, so there is a customization screen as well. The customization options are not that great, but hey, it's there, so I can't really complain. And you're a member of this group called Constellation. This group happens to be an organization of space explorers. Now, you'll be able to explore a vast galaxy filled with over 1,000 planets, moons, and other celestial bodies as well. And you'll be able to customize your character's appearance, skills, abilities. You'll be able to choose your own path in the game, from becoming a space explorer to a smuggler to a bounty hunter. And you're going to have loads and loads of quests, missions, side missions, and you're going to have an opportunity to complete this deep and complex story. So that's what this game is all about. Now, the footage that you're currently seeing is on the Xbox Series S, and I was quite surprised with the quality that the Xbox Series S was putting out. Now, in terms of the resolution, it runs at a dynamic resolution of 1440p on the Xbox Series S. This means that the resolution can fluctuate depending on the demands of the game. So in most cases, the game will run at 1440p, but there may be some drops in resolution during demanding scenes, and from my experience I could say that it dropped down to as low as 900p, and for a lot of scenes, especially in the city, it would be running at around 900p, with the ceiling level being 1440p on the Xbox Series S. Now, as far as the frame rate goes, Starfield runs at a locked 30 FPS on the Xbox Series S and also on the Xbox Series X. So it's got this standard 30 FPS across Series X and S, and the frame rate is generally smooth, it's consistent. But just like the resolution, there may be some occasional drops during some demanding scenes. Now, overall, the resolution and the frame rate performance of Starfield on the Xbox Series S is really good. The game looks good and runs smoothly for the most part. And apart from the occasional drops in resolution and frame rate during those demanding scenes, I believe the performance is pretty good. Now, with that said, let's take a look at some of these comparison scenes between my PC and between the Xbox Series S. For your reference, I'm playing this on my Asus ROG Strix G15 Advantage Edition, which has an RX 6800M 12GB graphic card. Now, that's quite enough for a 1440p resolution gaming on my laptop, and I'm quite happy with it. I've had it for a little over a year now, and the performance of Starfield on this laptop is pretty decent. Now, I did upgrade my RAM to 32 gigs, and overall, in terms of the performance as far as resolution goes, I was actually able to play this on 4K. So I cranked the resolution all the way up to 4K. I did turn the FSR on, and as far as the frame rates go, I was getting a decent, say about 45 to 50 FPS on this. This is an AMD reliant game, so I think it's really well optimized for AMD machines as well. And my Asus ROG Strix G15 Advantage Edition is, after all, an AMD machine. Now, as far as the game goes, now this is an RPG set in space. So I've already given you a little bit of information about the game right at the start in the intro. But you have many options here, so let me just talk about those few other options, the gameplay elements, where you have exploration, where you can freely visit so many galaxies, so many planets, moons, asteroid belts, etc. And each of these planets have its own unique environment and challenges. Speaking of challenges, there are combat challenges, where you can engage in combat with a variety of enemies. You're already seeing a little bit of it right now in terms of the combat challenges. So you will come across enemies, including aliens, robots, pirates, like you have out here. And combat is a mix of first person shooting and also third person melee combat. The beauty in this game is that you can switch between first person and second person mode, just like you could in Skyrim. In fact, the developers did want to call it like a Skyrim set in space. That's probably one of the easiest ways of explaining what this game is all about. Now, apart from the exploration and combat, you also have crafting. So you can craft your own weapons, armors, other items. And what you need to craft items is to gather resources. So to gather resources, you have to do that exploration, which is the first bit. And you have quests, like I discussed, main quests, side missions, etc. And all of these culminate to give you the ability to upgrade your player's skills. So you can improve your character's skills and improve your combat abilities, your crafting abilities, and also other abilities. You also have perks by completing quests, by exploring the world, by leveling up. And so far, I've really enjoyed the game. I think this is a great game, and to have this on day one on the Xbox Series S is just incredible. I mean, this is a AAA title, and you can lay your hands on this on day one on the Xbox consoles. And if you've got Xbox Game Pass, even on the PC, you get it day one without paying anything extra on top of your Game Pass Ultimate subscription fee. Now, this is a massive game. It's a very ambitious game, and I would say it has the potential to be one of the biggest releases of 2023, at least so far, in terms of the sheer scale and size of this game. Now, in terms of the graphics, as you can see, the graphics are really stunning. It's got a great soundtrack as well. Right from that opening screen, you can tell that the quality, the production value is all top notch. The voice acting, the facial animations, the body animations, all are really top notch. Now, even in terms of the world, you have like this vast and open-ended world to explore. So there are plenty of things to do, and it's gonna keep you occupied for hours and hours at end. Now, you do have a story mode as well, like a deep and a complex story, and I don't want to give away spoilers. In fact, I've not really played this game a lot, except for a few hours, and even in those few hours, the first observation that I have made, and I would like to share this, is that one of the things that the developers should have done with this game is probably given us like this guided menu tour. You know how on these mobile apps you have these guided tours of the app where you press this button, this happens, this button, this happens. It takes a long time for you to kind of get around the various buttons that you need to press to get things done. So the controls could have been explained a bit better, because the controls can really get pretty tacky provided you don't know what to do, what to press. So I think there's a learning curve involved, but once you get around that learning curve, I think you should be good. So that's one of the biggest flaws personally to me. I mean, to a lot of people it may not be the issue, but to me personally this was an issue. So this was one of those flaws that I would actually like to talk about. And as far as the other flaws go, over the few hours that I had played, although you get to go to different planets, you get to come across different alien creatures, different enemy types, etc., but I would still say the combat, it leaves something more, that you desire. It's kind of repetitive at times, is what I would say. So that's just a couple of flaws that I've come across in the first few hours. Apart from this, I think the game is really, really polished, really, really good, and I think it's very easy to recommend this to fans of any role-playing games. If you are into RPGs, if you are into exploration games, if you are into Skyrim for that, then this is definitely a game that you should lay your hands on. This is a heavy download, meaning that it's going to take over 140 GB easily on your computer. In fact, it had a day one patch as well of, I believe, 114 GB if I'm not wrong. So that patch was also massive. It is a massive game overall. It is an ambitious game with a lot of potential, and I'm sure over a period of time, just like Skyrim, if they keep improving this game and if they open up the game to mods. By the way, speaking of mods, on the PC you have the option of modding this game quite a lot as well, and with mods you have a whole new plethora of options, you could say a whole new world, and it can completely change the game, just like it did with Skyrim. And Skyrim, thanks to the modders and to the modding community, is a completely different game to the one which came out on day one. On the Xbox Series S, I was pleasantly surprised, although you do not have the benefit of modding. But in terms of the performance, the Xbox Series S really surprised me. And as you can see from the screens as well, in terms of the overall look, feel, quality and the playability on the Xbox Series S, I would say that you also will be pleasantly surprised, because this game ran really well on the Xbox Series S. And this is a budget console. And for a budget console to perform at the level of a PC, I mean, it's just incredible. It's just your money's worth to get the Xbox Series S, and the next gen architecture really comes handy. And if a game is really well optimized and it's made for the next gen consoles, keeping the next gen architecture in mind, then you can very well see how this game can perform. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it as far as my Starfield comparison video goes between my PC and my Xbox Series S. Now, I've had quite a lot of fun with this game, and I'm gonna jump right back in after I upload this video as well. So there's a lot of Starfielding that I'm gonna be doing over the next few days and weeks, because this really has the potential to offer you hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay. So it is definitely a money's worth, and in this case, speaking of money, it's included with your Game Pass Ultimate, so you don't even have to shell out those extra bucks to get this. So what do you think about this video? If you've liked the content, then I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that like and subscribe button, and also that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. With that said, it's a wrap for this one, but I'll see you lovely folks in my next video. Until that time, I'll say take care, stay safe, and may God bless you all.